in this video, I am explaining about default methods present inside predicate. When comparing with other functional interface default methods, predicate default methods are somewhat important. Why? Because when you are working with Java projects, most of the methods having number of if statements and each if statements having more than one conditional checks. Wherever these conditional checks are there inside if block, you can replace with predicate default methods. So then number of lines will be reduced and moreover that the code will be more readable. So before writing example, let me show you the documentation about predicate. Predicate is from java.util package, java.util.function package. In last video, I covered test abstract method. In this video, I am explaining about default methods. So let me show you. It is having only one abstract method and the remaining 5 are the default and static methods. First 3 are default, last 2 is static. So let me write example that satisfies AND condition. So let me write an example. I am taking predicate which is accepting string parameter. First I am checking condition like not null. So if I can pass one element, that element must not be null. So second condition will be length of string must be greater than 1. Length must be greater than 1. So now let me implement AND method. So AND is a default method which is accepting predicate as a parameter and return type also predicate. So let me implement that. So first I am checking not null, and this is the predicate. Inside this predicate, one of the default method is AND. So once I pass AND, second predicate. So again we can pass. Transformation I can do number of as of our requirement. So in right now I am checking with two conditions only. Now I need to test. So I can pass one of the string. Let me write one instance out and corresponding not matched is out. So now my target is I am passing one string. That string is not null and that string length must be greater than 1. For that I write these two conditions. So first I am checking not null and I am using under default method. Next I am checking greater than 1 or not. Let me run that program. So now I am getting two conditions are matched. The string is not null and the length must be greater than 1. Let me do it in negative scenario. We'll try to pass empty string. Now first condition is match and second condition is not match. That's why we are getting not match. So once we have a predicate, number of transformations we can do depending on our requirement. Here I did two conditions only. So if we have requirement more than two, we can do it more. Once we have predicate, again I can do one of the default method, anything like it may be and or not, whatever it may be. So let me implement one more and check if you want. And this and must be, I'm checking. So I'm taking equals condition equals to So I have predicate. With that predicate only, I am calling one more predicate. So let me pass this predicate none. Let me run. Now first two conditions are satisfied. Third condition is not satisfied. Why? Because I am passing empty string. That empty string is not equals to who. That's why we are getting not matched. Let me pass. Who. So now all three conditions are matched. We can observe the code will be more readable instead of writing this null checks inside this if block. So here I am writing all these function implementations inside only one class. We can move this all these null checks and corresponding requirement of conditions to utility class. Then we can reuse that all conditions. So then the code will be duplications we can eliminate and code is more readable. So now and is done and is expecting predicate and it return predicate. And let me do with negate one example. So and will give true. Two conditions are satisfied true. So with the true only again I am doing and. So negate will work exactly similar to opposite to true. Negate. So up to this transformation, whatever result you will get, if you will get true, it will return false once you applied negate. If you will get false of this transformation, once you applied negate, you will get true. So now let me run. Now the expectation will be not matched. Why? Because first three conditions matched, we will get return true, and applying negation to that true, it will get return false. Once that false is matched, then it will enter into not match. Let me run. So it is entering into not match. This is about negate. Negate method is default method is won't accept any parameter, but it will return predicate. So negate is similar to and not, but only the difference will be not won't accept not accept predicate. I mean parameter is predicate and negate won't accept any parameter. This is the difference between negate and not. And here I covered and negate. Let me write one example with R. So now first two conditions must need to be satisfied. Third condition it may be or it may be. So let me do some lowercase. Now let me run. So first two conditions are matched, third condition is not matched. Even though we are getting true, true opposite is false. That's why I are getting not matched. Now I can remove that negate by using the tar. Let me run. In this case, we will get matched. Why? Because first two matched, last one is optional. Why? Because it may be matched or it may not be matched. So this is about and or and negate. Equals also I use it inside the predicate default method. You can check here equals is from object class equals only, but to do transformations they implemented here it as a static method. Whatever it may be, you can pass on object, it will return predicate. That predicate again you can implement one of the method like and or not, whatever it may be. So in this case we can observe I used only single value, I mean without collection, but they implemented all methods and are negate equals. So let me write one example by using collection. So for this collection I am taking list of integers, integer list. So let me take some random data. So I am trying to build a logic like the list must not contain 0 and all elements are greater than 10. and finally all those elements are divisible by 3 or not. Let me implement that logic. So for that I'm using predicate which is accepting integer parameter, not 0. Second condition will be greater than 10. Let me do some different variable name. Greater than 10, and finally divisible by 3. So now previously it will be single value, now I am using collection. Let me implement transformation by using that default methods inside predicate. So each element satisfying all these three conditions or not. So for that, first I am expecting stream for this collection. Then I am checking for each element these three conditions. So let me get first stream. Then one of the utility method I am using all match, which is also accepting predicate. So first condition will be not 0 and I am using and the default method. Second will be greater than 10. Again I am using and condition only. Final will be divisible by 3 or not. So let me write once so either it is matched or not, and corresponding not match. So now let me run it. So first two conditions are satisfied. All elements are, list does not contain 0 and every element must be greater than 10. And last condition is not satisfied. Why? Because some elements are not divisible by 3. Let me, this is the negative scenario. Let me do it for positive. And I'm doing 39 and 49, maybe can use 69. Now let me run. So now all three conditions are satisfied inside every element inside that list. All three conditions are satisfied. So first I will get in stream from that list. Once I got stream, I can do. I'm using all match. By using this all match, I'm checking all these three conditions by using and default method. Either it may be satisfied or not. Here I am using only and default method. Depending on our requirement, you can use one of the default method or static method inside the present the predicate predefined functional interface. So I explained about all default and static methods inside present predicate. If you found the content is valuable and you learn something new, subscribe Programming KT and like the video. Thank you.